Kia ora tai tamariki. In this lesson, we're going to talk about finding probabilities using a two-way table. We know from previous lessons a probability is going to be a fraction, which is the number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number. When you have a two-way table like this, you want to make sure all your rows have totals and all your columns have totals, and if not, you're going to want to add those in. One important thing is that all the bottom row and the last column, they all need to add to the same number. Now, looking at this one of the most frequently asked questions is, how do you know what the denominator of your fraction is going to be? And that's going to come from the wording of the question. So what is the probability that a randomly chosen item is a shirt? When you see randomly chosen item, that means the denominator is going to be out of everybody. So in this first question, the probability a randomly chosen item is a shirt, that's going to be 31 as the denominator. And as far as shirt goes, how many shirts do we have? 16. So the probability a randomly chosen item is a shirt, 16 over 31. Next one. What's the probability that a randomly chosen item? So once again, randomly chosen item, that tells us the denominator of our fraction will be the total. In this case, is 31. A tie from Terry. Tie, these are my ties. And what's your ties from Terry? There we go. So 5 ties from Terry. So 5 over 31 is a randomly chosen item being a tie from Terry. And as far as the probability that a randomly chosen item was not from Terry, well, Terry's got 9 items, not from Terry. 13 and 9 is 21 over 31. So what we want to take away from this lesson is, when the wording of the question is randomly chosen item, that tells us the denominator of the fraction is going to be out of everybody. Let's try one more together, okay? What's the probability that a randomly selected student has at least one sister, but no brothers? Well, again, so randomly selected student, that means the denominator is going to be everybody. So the denominator of this probability fraction is going to be 63. And then we're going to see what intersection of these rows and columns is at least one sister, but no brothers. So at least one sister is this row, and at least one sister but no brothers, that's 12 of us. So 12 over 63 is going to be the answer to part 1. Part 2. Oh, there we go. What is the probability that a randomly selected student has at least one brother? Once again, randomly selected student means that the denominator of our fraction will be 63. So we're going to put the 63 in there. And a randomly selected student has at least one brother. All right, so at least one brother. Didn't say anything about sisters, so at least one brother is going to be 35. And there we go. And lastly, what is the probability that a randomly selected student is an only child? Well, randomly selected student, that means, again, the denominator of our fraction is going to be 63. Only child, that would mean no brothers and no sisters. So no brothers and no sisters meet right there. And it's going to make 16 the numerator of that fraction. Okay? There's a little introduction to finding probabilities using a two-way table. Hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.